Welcome back, Goblin Chefs. It's AP Gains. We got Haradrim month. A lot of people said Rohan month, AP Gains, Fellowship month, Goblin month, literally anything but Haradrim. So it's not really an I told you so because it was so obvious, but we do have the official announcement here. I'm not going to read a lot of the filler stuff because I'm going to be perfectly honest. Like, no one really cares about filler. Like, do you guys know the plot of the actual game? When you go in and you do your campaigns, do you know what's happening? I have no idea what's happening. I'm sure there's some story, but lore is for people who love themselves. We got Beklu. I really wish they had easier to pronounce names because I really enjoy all of their kits and all of everything about them. And then we got the Sage. Tibib. I don't know. Like, I feel like they had to have hired someone. And they're just like, all right, we want like vaguely, human sounding names, but just make what combination of letters could you throw together to make it impossible to pronounce? And since this is not a real thing, or at least I'm not aware that this is a real thing. I can't go on YouTube and be like, how do you pronounce this? And you get the native pronunciation and you can grow and develop. So I'm just gonna never refer to them by their names ever. That's just the way it's got to be. So we got another support, and then we got the leader here. I'm gonna read the leader second. The leader basically is kind of OP, but I actually don't even remember what this chick does. So we have a basic ability that does 3 attacks, so that's gonna be really good for fighting elves. Okay, so actually I'm not sure. In Galaxy of Heroes, if you attack someone 3 times and they have, in HOM-E it's nimble, but it's just foresight in Galaxy of Heroes. The first attack gets dodged, the other 2 hit. So if it's still working like how Galaxy of Heroes is, which I imagine it would, but honestly I can't remember off the top of my head if it does or not. This is going to be able to chew through all of the stacks of nimble on the elves, which is going to be fantastic. And you're going to get 2 stacks of poison. I can't exactly remember what poison does. I don't know if it's you just take base damage, like a damage over time, or if it's I think Black Serpent's poison is the one where if you gain a buff, you get damaged, but I'm not 100% sure, to be perfectly honest. The first special is Cleanse 2 Banes, which is nice, and gain concentration for 1 turn, and grant deadly for 1 turn to self and 2 other allies. I'm going to be honest, I don't remember what concentration does, and it's not here, so we're just going to have to imagine that that's so awesome. We have our team up ability, which is going to be awesome because, keeping with the theme of names that are impossible to pronounce. Oh, Wubete, Bambalam, oh, Wubete. Wubete had a child, Bambalam. Okay. Sorry, I'm really tired. Attack the target enemy 3 times, another triple attack for 105. If Wubete is the ally, instead attack 2 times for 195% damage per hit. Inflict 1 stack of Black Serpent's poison. So, if you guys don't know, Black Serpent's poison is the unique of Roble, I believe, and with the leadership that we'll talk about here, all of the passives are being shared, as you guys have known for months at this point, that's how these kits were going to work. So that's going to be nice to be able to have an extra avenue of inflicting Black Serpent's poison. Passive, deal 23% bonus damage against enemies with no boons. Okay, cool. And that appears to be her entire kit. So basically just an extra damage. Roble has some good damage. Yeftu hits like an absolute fucking truck. Extra poisons, which is nice. Extra team-ups. Going to get rid of Nimble. A big, powerful team-up ability. Pretty standard stuff. All right, this is where the magic is going to happen. We have Tibib, the Sage. I'm just going to call her the Sage forever. Best with other Haradrim characters. Who would have guessed? All right, basic ability. Attack target enemy for 180 damage, 180% damage, and grant fortitude for 2 turns to the most wounded squad member. Nice. And for those who don't know, she also does a heal, which I believe is her first special. Heal all squad members for 800 health plus 20% of this character's max health. Grant fortitude for 1 turn to 2 random squad members. Now, I don't believe they are in .gg yet. Let me actually quickly check. This was like just now, so I don't think that their character assets are in .gg, so I won't be able to look up how much yeah, they're not on .gg yet, so I can't see how much damage they do or what her max health is going to be. But I'm hoping it's high, so this is a good heal. But you know, this team, he has a passive heal that he shares, Ubete. I don't know if you could see, I was circling him. And an extra heal here is going to give some good sustain, which is going to be very important. Here we go. Next special, grant haste for 2 turns. All squad members cleanse 1 Bane from self and 3 random allies. This doesn't appear to be... Haste is good because there is turn meter manipulation on this squad already with Roble. Haste allows you to go faster. I don't know if they're necessarily the fastest characters in the game. It'll give you some extra, you know, attack firstingness, if that makes sense. I'm not a huge fan of abilities in early game hero collectors that don't do damage, but nevertheless, haste for 2 turns of haste is actually pretty good. Also a cleanse 1 Bane. Okay, sorry. I wish they were buffs and debuffs because I can't even imagine. I mean, I can't tell you how many times Banes and Boons. Like, I know what Bane and Boon mean, and I have well before this game was even conceived. But it's just so annoying. I'm just used to debuff and buff, so it takes me a second. I was like, cleanse buffs, what the hell? So a cleanse, basically a full squad cleanse plus haste, solid. The passive, first time this character drops 50% health, get unbreakable and gain 3 stacks of regeneration. So kind of like a light Elrond, nice just to make sure they don't get like one-shot sniped for whatever reason. And then here is the best part. Each living Haradrim squad member shares their passive ability with the other Haradrim squad members. Haradrim, God, I've been saying Haradrim so many times. Haradrim squad members gain 10% damage and 15% block chance. So there you have it. I mean, I believe. Let me actually. I believe. Can I filter by characters? Let me filter by Haradrim. Where the fuck are the Haradrim? This is H, correct? Okay, here we go. So Roble's passive, I believe, is Black Serpent's Poison. What, an Isengard squad member inflicts a Bane? What the fuck? Okay, that's really weird. So yeah, inflict Black Serpent Poison on crit, which is nice. Yef2, I believe, grants crit chance. I'm not 100% sure. Gain, yeah, plus 12% crit chance while the character has no Banes. Gain, 12% crit chance. While the character has no Banes, gain an additional 13%, so up to 25% if there's no Banes, which is nice because there is some cleanses, so that cleanse will allow you to, you know, activate the full 25% crit chance, which is nice. And then I believe his passive is healing. When attacking an enemy with Black Serpent Poison, heal self for 3% of this character's max health. Okay, so it's pretty safe to say that there's enough sustain here that you're going to get raid viability, arena viability, you're going to get campaign viability if that matters to you, if you haven't already maxed out your campaign. I actually haven't I've maxed out completely the light side campaign, obviously with the elves, but I was really, really waiting for Sage to come out because I just want the Haradrim leadership, because my 3 Haradrim characters are all gear 8 right now, and they can get through most of the dark side campaign, but like I have to bring in other characters, but my other characters are so weak that they die. So it's the 3 of them plus Gaz, and then like my gear 3 Ugluk, and Ugluk always dies, but there's no leadership to throw in there because none of them are leaders. But now that Sage is coming out in 4 days or something, like 3 days, something like that, it's going to be nice to take her up to hopefully gear 8 and then blast through the campaigns. Hopefully I hit 60 by then so I can finish all of my challenges and then be there just in time for raids to, you know, slide right in and do some good damage. Subscribe. As always, I love you, and I'll see you later.